Hello, this is a test of the new recording process as well as maybe a bit of a channel update. I have been busy and ill and busy. I also had to purchase some new equipment. As you can see, I've got a green screen now, and this is being filmed on a camcorder, so I'm much more prepared to have changing backgrounds in the videos and also to film these videos in different settings, film them outside, film them out in the world without the little phone camera thing where it's all vertical. I'm gonna be a bit more professional in the future. I think I want to take this channel in a direction where I'm doing more solo videos and focusing less on interviews, because I don't want to be sort of tied into having to rely on other people's willingness to associate with me, because I've had some people recently not want to associate with me, and it really halted my whole process. If I get interviews, I get interviews, but I'm not going to worry about that primarily. I'm going to focus on curating an understanding of me and my set of beliefs and opinions on this channel. I think I've done a fairly poor job of it so far. I kind of wanted to start off the channel. This was never really said out loud per se, but I wanted to start it off with some of my most controversial takes. And I also wanted to start it off by zigzagging across the political spectrum as much as possible, so that I didn't end up with a solidly left-wing or right-wing audience from the get-go. Because I feel like if you end up with a solidly, I'll just say left-wing specifically, because I think that's really the one that's going to give you the most blowback. If you end up with a solidly left-wing audience from the get-go, and then you express a remotely right-wing thought at any point, that's when I think there's like a big surprise or a scandal of some sort. I think if you kind of build from the get-go that your channel is maybe centrist or something, and I don't know if centrist is the right word for the opinions I've expressed here, but if you build that you're maybe a bit more free-thinkery or open-minded or not tied to any one sort of ideology, I think you're more likely to be okay audience-wise if you say something that isn't what your audience expects you to say at some point in the future. The vast majority of my opinions are fairly uncontroversial, especially when compared to the ones expressed on the channel so far. But I wanted to get those out of the way early on, to build a foundation so that I'm a bit free going forward to talk about stuff. So that's more or less where I'm at right now, is that I'm going to be creating more solo videos on subjects that are maybe a bit less controversial and a bit more dry. I'm going to want to talk about some more New Hampshire politics subjects, some more very local issues, and I'm going to want to talk about some of what I like to call meta-politics, just positions that I think one can sort of establish. You might even just call them principles. Principles that I believe in that apply to everybody across politics. Sort of general rules that I try to follow, where I won't criticize people on the other side when they do something if I wouldn't criticize somebody on my side for doing that same thing. That sort of principled application, which is very much lacking in the modern day. That is sort of my priority at the moment. I also want to use this channel to be maybe a little bit funnier in the future. I want to try out doing some skits, some green screen skits and some jokes, see if I can build more of an audience that way, because I don't think dry delivery of opinion is necessarily the most attractive thing for a YouTube channel, but I also find that this dry delivery of opinion is the only way to avoid being misrepresented when you have opinions as niche and as specific as mine. I don't want to give off a wrong impression of my opinion by being too broad or too jokey. that's it for now.